Seems that before the Mashiach, Hashem is testing us with the test of the spies to see if that the way that people look at us reflects inside of us, and then we reflect that back. The sin of the spies was that they thought of themselves after they heard of the giants telling them that they're like ants. They thought of themselves like grasshoppers, and after they did that, that's how they were perceived by the people of the land, because they felt that way. And right now we're being tested. The world hates us as Jews, making us feel like we don't deserve to have a basic homeland. We don't deserve to exist. We don't deserve to be who we are. And that's our choice of how we're going to take that. Is that going to reflect us and reflect backwards to the people, and we're going to look low at ourselves, or instead we're going to be proud of who we are and stand strong for what we believe in? Right now, just this morning, I noticed a certain video of a certain person now who has become a celebrity in the Torah Orthodox world, and people fly this person in to speak. This person is a contemporary of me from the days in the Yeshiva of Mir. This is not the first time this happened to me, that people that grew up with me in yeshivas have become people that are flown in, people who are the top of the world, and in the sense of making impact, and the ones who are the go-to, people turn to them for big decisions of communities. And sometimes I feel like here I am at 8:30 in the morning, like every morning, waiting to wake up the boys of yeshiva, of Lev Aharon. And I'm wondering sometimes, like, did I miss something? And then I start thinking about also, not only about where I am, but also about the things that I've learned. I've learned to help people in speed reading. I taught hundreds of people how to read at 1,000 words a minute. And that course, for some reason, fell apart. People don't want to learn how to read at 1,000 words a minute anymore. I don't know why. People question, oh, Evelyn Wood method, oh, it's outdated. They don't want to hear this method. I learned also coaching, and people knock the coaching and say, oh, it's a half-baked therapist. I learned also how to read people's handwriting and understand the person from the handwriting. And psychologists today say, no, it's a pseudoscience, graphology, that they prove that it's not something that you can rely on. But I've helped people with this stuff, and I saw that it worked. And people said that they never saw somebody understand them with just somebody just looking at their signatures. I learned how to read people's faces and understand the person's personality, something from John Whiteside, of 87 different signs on a person's face that tell you about the person's personality. Again, people say it's pseudoscience, although it's being used in AI today about how to recognize people's personality from their faces. I learned also how to help people from understanding from their name, from their mazal, from their zodiac, from the horoscope. But for some reason, pseudoscience. I've written articles of 20,000 readers a week for 15 years. And those articles never got sponsors for them. Barely got sponsors for them. So you wonder, how much should you feel that you are successful when those are the things that has happened to you? But that's the mistake. When we look at the world and look at how the world thinks and reflect that back on us, then we're for sure making the wrong decisions of life. If you want to make the right decision of life, you have to look at your real truth. Are you really helpful? Is your product really valuable in the market? Are you really in competition of the competitors? If you can bring something to the table that's worthwhile, then stay what you're doing. And now it's true, I have the problem of jack of all trades, master of none. I've helped so many people in so many different areas, and I have to stick to maybe just one niche. But at the end of the day, I go where I'm needed in life. If I was asked to help couples and save marriages and sit next to a woman who is about to give birth, who wants to commit suicide, and help her not to commit suicide, all the things that I do, I'm going to doubt that because I'm not flown in to speak at some convention. All the marriages that I've saved, all the boys that got up to pray for a year and started connecting to prayer because somebody was able to come there in the morning early and wake them up. What about all the kids that Baruch Hashem blessed me with, that I deal with all of them, give them all the time that they need, and make sure that even if sometimes I can't do a video because I have to take a kid to school that he shouldn't have the teachers upset at the child, that's not worth anything? But when we take the world's view, when we took it back towards us, and we start to explain who we are, you know what happens? It affects how we stand, how we talk, it affects our mood, and then everything that we are becomes nothing. This is the test of us in the end of days. Yes, as Jewish people, we have a lot of things that we could fix, and we should never judge Judaism by the Jews. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be proud to be a Jew. And whatever you're doing, if you're a therapist, if you're in a business competition, if you really are bringing value and you have true values that you're fighting for, you're going to give it up because somebody out there has an issue, or somebody out there seems to be in the spotlight, and while you're not, it's okay. Make sure that you believe in who you are, because if you don't believe in who you are, sometimes nobody else in the world will believe in you.